Hello everyone, I am Rona Grace M. Macahilas, and in this video, since we're done tackling with Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, now let's move on to Chapter 3 and let's discuss the solution and winding up of the business. So later, you will be able to determine with me the three final stages of the dissolution and their differences, and also how can we really tell that the partnership is really over. So just for fun, let's use the hashtags hashtag let's end it and hashtag it's over for this chapter. Okay, so let's start. It was said that a partnership is like a marriage or relationship of a couple because that extends to its ending too, or there will be really a point in time that you have to put an end to the relationship you have with your partner. In fact, it is easier to get yourself into the partnership than it is to get out because of the legal entanglements that continues after the person is no longer a partner. Ganun din sa relationship. So how can we really tell that the partnership is really over or doesn't exist anymore? According to Article 1828, the dissolution is the change in the relation of the partners caused by any partner ceasing to be associated on the carrying on as distinguished from the winding up of the business. So in this statement, we notice that dissolution is different from the winding up. Thus, even if the partners agree to dissolve the partnership, such agreement will not automatically terminate the partnership because they have to undergo first some stages. That is why we have three final stages: the dissolution, winding up, and the termination. So first stage is dissolution. It is a point in time when the partners cease to carry on the business together. So kumbaga sa relationship, ito yung breakup stage. Is either nagkaroon ng conflict between the partners or na fall out of love yung isang partner. That is why they decided to end the relationship because hindi na rin mag-work out. Ganun din sa partnership. There are also causes and reasons why a partner wants to dissolve the partnership. It may be at the partner's will, the partner's death, the incapacity of one partner to continue the business, or the partnership life has already arrived, yung pinagasunduan nila. It will be further discussed by the next reporter. But when it comes to dissolution, you cannot really tell that the partnership is really over because ayun nga, they have to undergo first some stages after dissolution. So here, the legal personality remains, the partnership continues, and the partners remain as co-partners. But when it comes to dissolution, you cannot really tell that the partnership is really over because ayun nga, they have to undergo first some stages or may mga kailangan pa muna silang gawin after the dissolution. So here, the legal personality of the partnership remains, the partnership continues, and the partners remain as co-partners. Next stage or second stage is the winding up. It is the process of settling the business or the partnership affairs after the dissolution. So, sa relationship, ito naman yung closure stage. Mag-uusap kayo, nagsasorry kayo sa isa't isa, magbabalikan kayo ng mga binigay niyo sa isa't isa, or mga dapat pang asikasuhin bago kayo maghiwalay talaga. Ganoon din sa partnership. If the partners decide not to continue the business, they are obliged to wind up the business. So, here, before the assets is ma-distribute sa mga partners, they should pay first is obligations, collect the receivables, and so on. And then, after all the creditors have been paid or the receivables have been collected, then that's the time that whatever is left in the net assets of the partnership, yun yung paghahatian ng mga partners depending on their agreement. So here, the partnership continues only for the purpose of winding up the business affairs. And after that, mataterminate na yung partnership. Now, what is the difference between dissolution, winding up, and partition or distribution? So if the dissolution is the cessation of the partnership, the winding up is the process of settling the business affairs. In dissolution, it simply affected the relationship of the partners. So, although dissolved, the partnership continues until its termination, and at which time the winding up of the business affairs have already been completed and the net assets of the partnership have been partitioned or distributed among the partners. Because, according to Article 8 and 29, on the dissolution, the partnership is not terminated, but continues to exist until the winding up of business affairs is completed. Last stage is termination. It is a point in time when the partnership affairs have been wound up or finally settled. Sa partnership nyo mag-couple, ito yung matatawag nyo ng ex yung isa't isa. And then, nakadepende na rin sa bawat isa sa inyo kung itutuloy nyo pa ba yung partnership, kung may chance pa, or mag-enter into new relationship or hindi. So, ganun din sa partnership. If the business affairs have already completed or finally wound up, then that's the time that the partnership is finally terminated and the partners can treat each other as ex-partners. So, third objective, to tell if the partnership still exists or does not exist, here are some of the evidences that tells that partners remains as co-partners. First is unsold goods. Next is unpaid debts and uncollected receivables. So if these evidences are absent in the partnership, then you can tell that the partnership is now already over or doesn't exist anymore. That's all. Thank you for listening to me. Have a nice day ahead.